Games today are increasingly utilizing the production values and techniques used in major motion pictures. However, with the exception of a few titles, you'll mainly see these techniques used in the game's cutscenes. Beyond Two Souls is yet another attempt at bridging the gap between the game and film industries, similar to titles such as Heavy Rain. So how does Beyond stack up? Keep watching to find out.
Nathan? Okay, I'll talk.
If you've had any experience with a game like Beyond Two Souls, you'll understand that the story makes up the bulk of the game. You'll be watching a lot more of what's happening as opposed to taking action. Obviously, there are gameplay elements, but I'll touch on that later. The story in Beyond centers around a young woman named Jodie, who is gifted or cursed with the ability to connect with a supernatural being she knows as Aiden. I say cursed because having this ability has isolated Jodie from normal people and relationships. Should Jodie be in danger, however, Aiden will protect her by any means. Throughout the story, you'll see Jodie struggle with living a normal life from childhood to adulthood. On top of all that Jodie has to endure personally, scientists and government agencies have taken interest in her abilities, attempting to uncover the mysteries around Aiden's existence. Saying anything more about the plot at this point would be revealing too much, so I'll leave it up to the player to experience it for themselves. When playing Beyond, it is a must that you pay attention to the story if you really want to enjoy the game. As you progress through the story, you'll play as Jodie at different stages in her life. This can be confusing at first, but it helps the player understand Jodie and everything that she's been through. The story is well written, interesting, and keeps you engaged. The overall visual presentation in Beyond Two Souls is stunning. However, I felt that there were a few inconsistencies here. In short, some environments seem bland and less detailed than others. This doesn't happen too often, but it is noticeable. Character animations were always smooth and without hiccups. Facial expressions and details are very lifelike, which is crucial for this type of game. The game's story just wouldn't be as convincing with subpar character models. A developer couldn't properly pull off a game like this if the audio details were overlooked, even with an excellent visual presentation. Thankfully, the voice acting and sound effects in Beyond are amazing, and combined with the visuals make for a believable experience. You will definitely feel the emotions expressed by the characters throughout the story. Sound effects are impactful and really help describe the actions taking place. Quantic Dream did an excellent job in this department, and if you're an audio nerd, you will not be disappointed. Depending on the skill of the player, playing Beyond Two Souls may take a little time to get used to. It's not that it's difficult to play, but it is a different style of gameplay you may not be used to. You can play with the standard controller, but you also have the option to control the game via your iOS or Android device with the Beyond Touch app. Using your device to play Beyond works well when taking on simpler tasks, such as swiping in a direction to attack or dodge flying debris. Controlling Aiden is simplified. For example, you simply swipe left or right to pan the camera to points of interest and tap the screen on your device. However, it's not so great when you have to control Jodie. Controlling her with a mobile device is nowhere near as accurate as the standard controller. Also keep in mind, if you're using your mobile device, the game is automatically placed in easy mode. No matter what type of control setup you use, Beyond Two Souls is pretty straightforward. When not playing an action sequence, controlling Jodie involves moving her with the left stick and making choices with the right stick or face buttons. The action sequences make use of QuickTime events, which tells the player what action to take on screen. However, Beyond removes the on-screen prompts after the tutorial and uses slow motion and Jodie's movement as the QTE indicator. Playing as Aiden is almost like controlling the game's camera. You can move around almost anywhere in a given section, however the game does have boundaries. Getting Aiden to take action involves a variety of different movements with both analog sticks while L1 is pressed. Aiden has some pretty cool abilities, such as being able to possess certain characters and take control of them. Doing this allows you to protect Jodie and help her advance to the next part of the game. Unfortunately, the gameplay is the weakest part of the experience. Even though Beyond is supposed to be more of an interactive movie, at times I felt that it should have just been a movie. Certain action sequences tease you with being able to control Jodie freely, but then you realize even those sequences are on rails. If you're looking for a true gameplay experience, you'll be disappointed. However, those of you who like to watch or might be a casual gamer may enjoy this type of game. While it wouldn't make much sense for Beyond Two Souls to have an online multiplayer component, it does offer a 2-player co-op experience. For example, one player can control Jodie with the standard controller and a friend can control Aiden with his or her iPhone. Though there's not much to this feature, it is worth mentioning that Beyond Two Souls does not have to be a completely solo experience. To be frank, Beyond Two Souls is more of a movie than it is a game. While the graphics and sound may be top-notch, the gameplay is nothing to shout about. There were opportunities missed that would have given the player more variety in certain sections of the game. This is still a game in my book, and since it is lacking in the gameplay department, we give Beyond Two Souls a 3 out of 5.